We now have two items that are under are an open session. The first is the adoption of recommendations of the 21st of May Emergency Committee on rates and we may
for the public record, the clauses that were amended in a number of items, but particularly the one that was of interest to me was D2. As much as we are adopting these recommendations today, there is that clause in there subject to consideration of any further feedback received on this issue. And of course, there will be individuals and groups that will be feeding back on these issues. And of course, we assume that will be given the due credence that it deserves at that time. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Councillor Watson. Are there any other questions or comments? If so, Councillor Collins.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just wanted to make the comment. I know that this comment has already been made in our previous discussions, but just as this paper is about to go out for consultation, I wanted to offer a word of thanks. And I was again on the phone with both Chairs Lotu and Le Maunga this morning, and both of them wanted to re-express their thanks for the way in which Councillor Simpson allowed the local board chairs to be part of the discussions when a lot of this material was being discussed. So I just thought it was important for public record that those local board chairs had their voices heard in thanking Councillor Simpson for a very open process where they were able to ask questions. Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you very much, Councillor Collins. Are there any further questions or comments? If not, I will put the... sorry, I'm just a bit slow on reading my side column. Councillor Daniel Newman.
Thank you, Your Worship. And as this goes out for consultation, I actually also want to acknowledge our communication staff for the challenges that they have worked to address in preparing a communication strategy for this. Just to acknowledge and to reiterate what Councillor Watson has said, I think there will be a need for further consideration of some of the proposed budget adjustments, and we may need to make further tweaks. But it's important that Aucklanders know that there are some things in here that fundamentally won't be able to be changed, and the reality is that we're going to have to cut our cloth to fit the reality of our new budget position. But I hope that within that there is still an opportunity for debate around how this will impact in terms of its operational impact on vulnerable communities in my ward and other parts of Auckland as well, because some people have a greater degree of resilience than others.
Thank you very much, Councillor Newman. Are there any further comments?
Your Worship, sorry.
Councillor Filipaina.
Your Worship, can I just a point of clarification that what we are voting on is through to the recommendation that relates to the consultation we had before, and that we have a confidential item after this that relates to the consultation documents that go out for the emergency budget.
That's correct. This item deals with rates and fees, so those are the sort of things that we were talking about with the waste management base service targeted rate and the standard refuse rate for Auckland and Manukau, etc. Next, we deal in open session with the emergency budget public consultation approach. Again, probably pretty much pro forma because we discussed that fully in the emergency committee. Then we go into confidential to approve the recommendation that the emergency committee has just made to the governing body. So that's the item dealing with the adoption of the consultation material. Is that clear?
It is, Your Worship, and we'll then, once that confidential item under the committee we're in now, once, which is the governing body, once we discuss the confidential item, will we then put it back into public forum to approve to go out to our communities?
We pass, by passing this, that means that it is approved for consultation and that the documents will be published to the wider community tomorrow. But I'll just seek Andrew, is there anything that you want to add to that?
No, I have nothing to add, Your Worship.
Thank you. Okay, are there any further comments?
Mr. Chair, I'm confused because when you go into governing body on Nexus and it says agenda, it says emergency committee, but then the confidential says governing body, and that's what's confusing because in this agenda, it's just got number 8 is COVID briefing, 9 is water supply, and that's what's confusing.
Okay.
Am I in the wrong place?
Yep. We're currently in governing body, and under governing body, we need to pass the 2 items set out in the open agenda and the 1 item set out in confidential, which is the adoption of the consultation material. When we have dealt with those items, we will revert to the open session of the emergency committee, which deals with COVID-19 and with the water and wastewater bylaw. Is that clear?
Yes, but when you open the governing body agenda on Nexus, it says emergency committee. That is what is confusing.
Okay, I don't know whether, Sandra, you can help with that.
It hasn't got this in it. That's
Okay.
what I'm...
Okay, I'm sorry.
Don't worry, I'll vote for it anyway.
Okay.
It's not, what's in front of us on the screen is not in our. I can't find in our agenda.
Okay, my apologies for that. That's not something that's under my control. But hopefully, I've spelt out now exactly what we're doing, and people are clear on that. Hopefully, that's helpful. Okay, thank you very much. Are there any further comments or questions? Otherwise, I will put the motion that moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Simpson, that we adopt item 9 on the agenda, the rates and fees issues for the emergency budget. Okay, all those in favour, please say aye.
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 To the contrary, no. I declare that carried.